We'll get started. I am going to record this, so let me do that.
I just hit record, so you're good.
Oh, okay. Well, happy Saturday. Good morning. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jordan Waters, and I am one of the coaches alongside Kenzie, who's going to just give you a little bit of information about basically like what we do as coaches. I think you'll see some of maybe the hesitations that we had kind of like weaved into what we share. But I know, like, for myself, I sat on the sidelines thinking about coaching, watching other coaches for months, but not quite necessarily, I was like, okay, I'm going to become a coach, but like, what am I going to actually do? Like, what does that mean? And so I think the most general thing that I could say what a coach is a good coach is a good accountability buddy. So it's that person that you can always depend on. That person that's going to be there for you. That person that's going to like push you and inspire you to like keep going even when it's hard. So one of the things that you would do to get like when you first get started in becoming a coach is you're going to pick a workout program and you're going to pick a nutrition plan and you're going to, go all in on those things, because I think, for myself, I was worried like, I can't be a coach because like I have a degree in business marketing and graphic design. Like I am an introvert despite what you might think. And actually like talking to people about like signing up and joining my team and stuff like that, helping them to like actually coach them seemed like more of like a sales position and something that I just didn't think I could be successful at. But when you jump into the workout programs and jump into the nutrition plans that we have access to, and you start to use them for yourself, you just focus on you. That is literally your number one job as a coach, is to focus on yourself. Because if you're not pouring into your cup, if you're not taking care of yourself, what do you have to give other people? What do you have to give your coaches and your clients? And no one is going to want to, like if I wasn't consistently showing up on social media, if I wasn't getting in my own workouts, if I wasn't, fueling like my body and my mind, why would someone want me to help them to do that? So that is your number one job as a coach. And in doing so, these programs and products are going to become part of your life. I would literally I did a workout this morning. I'm drinking my pre-workout. I would be doing that even if I wasn't a coach, because they have become part of my life. And so in, sharing my journey and having people join me, I'm not really selling stuff. I'm just sharing what I'm doing, and people see what that is and they want to be a part of that too. So that's kind of like the first initial thing that I have to share with you guys, and I'm going to pass it over to Kenzie.
Okay, good morning. Can you hear me? Okay, perfect. Sorry, Zoom is asking me a question. Sorry. Okay. So, I'm going to talk about inviting. So, it's funny because when I first joined as a coach, I was just a client. I was a VIP member simply for the discount, and I considered canceling my VIP membership very, very frequently. And every time I went to do it, I looked at the prices and the difference between VIP and client. I was like, forget it, I'll just keep it. So what's interesting about inviting is if you are coming on your stories and you're just doing your thing every single day, it becomes easy to invite because you are just simply, again, what Jordan said, sharing. You're sharing the opportunity to better yourself. You're sharing the opportunity to get healthy, get fit. And I think that's so important. So basically the way I invite is I just like look at the people that are watching my stories and interacting with my posts and invite them. They're watching, so why not? And so I also think that one of the easiest things for me is to be vulnerable on my posts and my story. And I think that really draws people's attention. They really want to connect with somebody who's a real human being. Like, here I am with no makeup on, and this is me. So I think that it's important for you to just be real and raw on Instagram. And that can be hard for some people, but when you do it, I guess the feedback you get from your followers is so worth it. And then you make those connections, and it's so easy for you to be like, well, this is what I'm doing. Do you want to join me? Like, Now I have this amazing huge team that is absolutely incredible. We have a safe space team group chat, and that has been huge for me to invite to recently. I've been highlighting certain comments in the group chat, certain positive interactions between the girls, and putting that on my story. And people are like, oh my God, this community looks like just like something I need in my life. So I really just think like not even just sharing like what brought you on this journey, not even just sharing your workouts and your nutrition, but sharing the community aspect and sharing the connection that I've built with each and every one of my clients, and the connections that have been built between my clients has really brought in the last month or two a lot of people who want that community aspect. Okay, that was my second thing. My third thing is personal development. So personal development is something that we as coaches talk about all the time. I think it's important to do personal development without just like doing it to check a box. So one of the biggest things is like, if I see Jordan's listening to certain audiobook or a certain podcast, I'm not just going to listen to that podcast or audiobook simply because she said it was good. I'm going to research like what that personal development is about. Does that fit my current situation? I think it's really important for you to find personal development that's going to be right for you. So recently in my group chat, I had a couple moms who were like, I need something that's just going to like speak to me right now as a mom in the middle of a pandemic. And I did a little research and I found some stuff for them and they loved that. And I wouldn't have listened to that. I'm not a mom, so it totally doesn't like register with me, but I'm really good at finding what's going to be good for you and finding what's going to be good for me, because I think that's really important. So the importance of personal development is not to continuously help you. It's not self-help all the time. It's really just to like continuously grow as a human being. If you're staying stagnant, what is the fun in that? There's no fun in that. And honestly, I got to a point in my life before coaching where I was feeling like that stagnant feeling, and it's not fun. You're just kind of like, okay, this is all I get. This is it. um, and that sucks. That's a sucky feeling. So I love listening to personal development from other women who have been, struggling with their mental health, people who have maybe have had a full-time job that they were fulfilled in, but built a small business, and then that created some like excitement for them, things like that, because if that gives me the motivation to keep going. And so I really do think that having like a growth mindset and really pushing yourself past like your self-limiting beliefs is huge, and personal development is something that has really really helped me get through some tough times. And yeah, I'm going to pass it on to Jordan.
So I couldn't agree more. I think one of the like things that has stuck with me the most about personal development is that it's similar to like coffee, in that everyone takes their coffee differently. Like even if you go, you both are like, okay, I'm gonna get like, a caramel macchiato or whatever. Like you're probably gonna make it like a smidge different. And even like throughout your life, like I remember when I first started drinking coffee, like I wanted like all the cream and sugar, and now I don't want as much. So it's like as you like get through your life, like maybe there'll be a time when I drink like straight black coffee. So like over your life, the span of your life, like your tastes change, and taste changes, and that's exactly like Kenzie nails it on the head. So then the last thing that is kind of like in our like core values of what we do is recognition. And so that kind of again comes back to like thinking about having a really good accountability buddy. Like I want someone who, sure, they're gonna like be doing this stuff, I'm gonna look at them as like a leader, and I know I can depend on them and I know I can count on them, but I also know that they're gonna be there to be like, Jordan, like way to go, like you did a great job doing that, like you crushed that, like you're doing all the things, like I'm really proud of you. And so at the end of the day, like that is what I do for my coaches and clients. Like no matter like where they are, what it is they've accomplished, I think I don't necessarily do it for myself, but for, most people, I am a very big cheerleader in celebrating like the little things. It's not just like, oh, I just did a workout, or I just like I just ran a mile. It's like, no, like you ran a mile. Like you better celebrate every, like the effort it took to like get up, get outside, to run every single step of that just mile. Like that is something to be celebrated. So I, as a coach, celebrate all of my coaches and the achievements that they have along their coaching journey, but then also going back to just like their health and fitness journey. And it's more than just like the workouts or, you know, great job with like your nutrition, or maybe you like have like lost some weight, or your clothes are fitting better, or maybe I see like the confidence in you. Like I know, you know, me being Kenzie's coach, like the growth mindset that she's had, how far she's come from when she like initially signed up with me as a client, literally like almost a year ago, is just, it's really like those are the things that you celebrate. And sometimes it's sending someone like, you know, a decal or like a t-shirt for completing a program or something like that. And other times it's literally just sending them a message and being like, hey, I'm really proud of you. Like you did a great job doing like X, Y, and Z or whatever. You've come really far, a really long way. And I think that you know, who doesn't want to hear, like, as much as it might make some people like a little uncomfortable to be, you know, called out and celebrated for the things they're doing, like at the end of the day, like everyone wants to hear that someone saw what they're doing and knows that like they're making progress, they're working towards their goals, and the effort that they're putting in is paying off and people around them are seeing. And so it definitely like builds that confidence. And I think it kind of creates like a cycle of, you know, celebrating someone and having them like hold on to that like sense of like pride and being proud of how far they've come, to keep going and to push a little bit farther to like that next step. And, you know, I like Kenzie's a perfect example, someone who literally came in as a client, started at one place, and she did the little things, and along the way I celebrated her. And I mean, she put in the work, but it all comes together as like different pieces of the puzzle. So that's kind of what I had for you. I don't know if Kenzie, you have anything else to
Um,
add.
just to add to like the recognition, I really think it's important. It also shows that like, I mean, if you think about like the fact that like some people are doing their health and fitness journey on their own, and think about like like if you were doing this journey on your own, would your family and your close friends be celebrating you? Honestly, sometimes they're not. Like I remember numerous times that I had tried to lose weight and done things and never really got that like recognition. So that's one of my favorite things about this community is, so we just went all in on 9 week control freak this year, and all of the girls that completed that program I recently just sent a control freak decal to with a little handwritten note. And I think that like I've gotten messages from the girls that received those like, holy crap, like I can't believe you sent this to me, that is so nice. I have had a girl who like totally didn't believe in herself, and then she finished 80-day obsession, so I sent her a little obsessed tank top. So I think like things like that really do like make people value our community and then want to do like what we're doing, so, and keep going. I think that's super important. Like I don't ever want my girls to feel like they're not being seen, so I try my best. Like when I know for Kendra specifically, like I've seen her um on Facebook share like her workouts like that she's finished, and I'm like, holy crap, like I feel like you just joined me and you're on your third program. Like, and the fact that I remember that too, I think is important. Like some people, um you know, I have a lot of clients and Kendra is one of like 180, but I remember that she is on her third program, and I think that that's huge as well as a coach. And recently I had a girl come to me and she was like, I've fallen off and I don't know how to get back up. And I brought her back to a text she sent me about 6 months ago that said, Kenzie, I'm walking to work and the way my pants feel is absolutely incredible. And I just needed to share it with you. And I shared that with her this week. And she was like, holy crap, how did you remember that? And I needed to hear that. And so, like, things like that are super important when you can really like, it shows that you care. Like I do care. I care so much about every single one of my clients. I don't care if they've fallen off 35 times. I care about them and I want them to do what's best for them. And I think that that comes across when you do little things like that. Recognition is not just being like, oh hey, like you finished a program and shouting them out on your story. It's like those little things as well.
Awesome. Well, I don't know if anyone has any questions, but if you do, you can drop it in the chat. I completely agree with Kenzie. I can't quite think of what the quote is I've heard, but it's something like along the lines of like, people don't care how much you know, they care that you care, something like that. And it's just the fact of like, I think, there definitely are coaches out there that this is like a numbers game, or it very much is selling. And I think like, I wouldn't be here if that's what this was. Like, it definitely is, this has become, coaching has fit into my life, and these programs and the product has fit into my life. And that's why I'm able to literally still be here 2.5 years later and not see an end in sight, just see like myself continuing to like move forward and grow. So, well, that's all that I had. So, oh,
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 okay, I
so I don't
understand.
know if you can see.
I mean, so I kind of understand that. In like I wasn't a coach before, but I felt nervous to come out to my friends and family about like my journey and the fact that I was going to start helping others. I just kind of was like, I actually have a perfect example. Like when I said to my mom, what Jordan kept planting the seed about me coaching, and I kept saying like, "Oh, mom, like my coach wants me to coach," and then my mom would be like, "Really, Kenzie? Like you don't have enough going on?" And then I was like, "Yeah, you're right. Like totally, you're right. Like it's fine. I don't need to do another thing." And then finally, I just was like, "No. Like this whole journey has been about me. It's not about anybody else. It's about what I want to do." And so finally, when Jordan said it, I was like, "You know what? Like fuck what everybody else thinks. I'm sorry. That's just what I'm gonna say. Like it is what it is. This is recorded. Sorry, guys." Um, but literally, like screw the haters. And Cody kept saying, like, just try it. Just try it. Like you're already paying for the VIP membership. Just try it. And like literally a week later, I became a diamond coach, and my mom, that I think speaks volumes to your friends and family, is when you do stuff, you recruit people, and you're helping other people. And you're like, the other day I was having a conversation with my mom about like just recognizing people and how I've built this community and how everyone's sharing like their mental health struggles in the little group chat, and everyone's so supportive of one another. And I was like, it literally brings me to tears. Like I've created this community. And my mom was like, I'm so proud of you. That's the like changing point, is you have to prove them wrong. Unfortunately, I know it sucks. I know it sucks at first when people are like doubting you or being negative in their own way, but just remember that has everything to do with them and nothing to do with you, and this is your journey. If you want to help people, you should help people because you have something amazing to offer to them. I think our community is incredible. I think every single woman in the world should be a part of it, but that's just me. And yeah, I think it's super important that you don't let the haters stop you.
I completely agree. I think that there has definitely been times when like I started and I was like, that I think you're gonna fail, to push me. And I know some people might think that that's a negative thing, but like, you gotta take like the negative and put it a positive spin on it. And I think too, I'm sure that there are tons of coaches out there that can attest to this. Like, as much as like I finally got a handle on stuff before coaching, in terms of like my own health and fitness journey, I tried so many things to lose weight and get healthy. And each thing in the back of my head, I was like, Jordan, like you're gonna try another thing. Like this, you're gonna try it and you're gonna fail. And so a little part of me, like when I started coaching, I thought like, you're gonna try this, you're gonna realize it's not for you, you're gonna move on, people are gonna say stuff, and like here I still am. And I think some people, whatever you want to get out of this is very different. And I think it changes along the way. There was a time when like I never thought like having a community and the friendships that I've gotten out of this was something that I was actually like looking for. And yet now, like that alone, like the friendships that I have is like enough. like I'm just like, this is 100% worth it. And I don't really like care what you start to not care as much what certain people say. Like if they don't see the impact that it's had on you and like the positivity and like joy it can bring to your life, then like, I don't know. So, but yeah, thanks for coming and hanging with us. And that, I mean, that's pretty much all that I have. So, okay. Happy Saturday.
Okay,
Bye,
happy
guys.
Saturday. Bye.